Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I hope everybody's having a great day so far. I welcome you to Camilla, Georgia, which is a southwest Georgia, which is a small southwest Georgia city located in Mitchell County. It is located 27 miles west of Moultrie, 28 miles south of Albany, and 74 miles northwest of Valdosta. So, let's see, the population here is 5,187 people, and that is down from 5,360 people. So between the 2010 to the 2020 census, this city has lost 3.2% of its people. And this city's been losing people for the last two censuses. The 2010 and the 2020 census has been losing people. And the racial demographics are going to be 22.1% white, 72.9% black, and 2.1% Hispanic. Now, in a little bit, I do have a little bit of history about this city I would like to share with you guys. But before I do that, I'm gonna get my basic housekeeping out of the way and just give you guys some basic information about the city, and then we'll go into the history after the fact. Now, as far as it goes for crime here, this city does have a little bit of crime, and the crime numbers are a little bit above national average. Now, for overall crime, for every 1,000 people, 58 people are most likely to become a victim of any kind of crime. Now, with violent crime, for every 1,000 people, 5.8 people are most likely to become a victim of violent crime. Now, the national average for violent crime is 3.8 per 1,000 people, so the violent crime here is a little above national average. Now, most of the violent crime that goes on here, according to crime grade, will be assaults. Now, as far as it goes for property crime, bear in mind the national average for property crime is for every 1,000 people, 19.5 people will most likely be a victim. Now, here in Camilla, 31.8 people will most likely become a victim of property crime for every 1,000 people. Now, the two most common types of property crime are going to be theft, and then secondly, the other one will be burglary. And burglary concerns me a little bit because depending on how it's done, it can spill over into violent crime depending on how it's done. Like, are they gonna burglarize you while you're in your house or in your vehicle? Are they gonna use weapons to get what they want from you? Or are they gonna wait until you're gone and you're at work and then they break into your home, or they break into one of your vehicles? So it depends on how the burglary is done in terms of how dangerous it could be. So that one kind of scares me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Now, when it comes to the public school system here, I mean, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. The public schools here have a C minus grade, according to Niche. And if you're looking to live here, your median rent prices are going to go from $630 to $1,010 a month. If you're looking to own, according to Realtor.com, your housing prices are going to start at $70,000. I would say in order to buy something decent, you're going to want to pay at least $120,000. And what I mean by decent would be, the house itself is in decent shape. It doesn't need a whole lot of repairs. And the neighborhood. And the neighborhood is also half decent. So that's what I mean by buying a house in decent condition. And before I get into what they say on Niche in terms of some of the reviews, which there's only 3 of them, so it's not that many, but me personally, I personally would say this city is average. I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice of a city to reside in, but I definitely have seen worse than what's here. Now, you already know what I'm going to say about this place, some of you, and that is that, I mean, one big disadvantage of living here is the fact that you're not going to be close to any major metro areas. Given that the closest city to here is Albany, Georgia, which is a mid-sized city, I mean, the economy here, I'm not going to sit here and say there's no jobs and there's no way to make money here, because that wouldn't be true. But I will say, when it comes to employment opportunities, there's not going to be as much in this region of Georgia than there will be in other regions of Georgia, to where you're closer to larger cities, you're closer to larger metro areas. So I would say if you're looking for a small city to reside in, and being close to a metro area is not all that important, this could be a place for you to live. But like I said, this city, in my opinion, it's not one of my favorite places. I would give it an average. Now we're going to go over to Niche and see what other people say. Give me 1 second. Already there's 3 reviews. Based on 3 reviews, this city scores a 3.5 out of a 5-star rating. I'm just going to go down the line and read them. Now, the first review is a 3-star, and it reads as follows. Camilla is a good small town. However, there are some things that they can fix. Maybe they can build better buildings or attractions for out-of-town people. The downtown area is a good place to visit, and it has plenty of different things for you to do in the area. Now, that review was written August of 2020. Here's a 5-star review, which was written September of 2020. I love my small town of Camilla. It has lots of local restaurants and always comes alive on Friday nights during the football games. Typical small town stuff, basically. And the third review is another 3-star, written March of 2019. Camilla is a very small town. There is not much to do here, but the schooling is wonderful. People often travel 25 minutes to Albany, Georgia to do fun things. Everyone knows everyone. People often walk to where they need to go in this town. Well, at least down here you get an abundance of sun, so if you have to walk, you get your fair share of vitamin D. That's always a benefit. Alright folks, here's a little bit of history about Camilla, Georgia. Camilla was incorporated in 1858. The name Camilla was in honor of Henry Mitchell's granddaughter. Henry Mitchell was a Revolutionary War general. The county in which this city is located in, Mitchell County, was named after Henry Mitchell. Now, on September 19th of 1868, there was a rally that later turned into a full-blown riot that was organized by 150 to 300 freemen and free women, which basically that's just another term for slaves that were recently freed at the time. It was organized. The rally was organized by them, along with some Republican political candidates. They marched towards the town courthouse square. The local county sheriff and some of the residents of Camilla, which at the time the city was predominantly white, warned the black and white activists that violence would be inflicted on them and that they were to forfeit their weapons, even though it was normal to carry weapons at the time. When the marchers or the protesters refused to, or demonstrators, whatever you want to call them, refused to give up their weapons and continued their march to the town square, the sheriff and the white residents began to fire at them. The Republicans and the freemen were chased into the swamps. 9 to 15 of the black rally participants were deleted and 40 others were wounded. The white residents walked through the countryside 2 weeks following the riot, beat and warned black residents that they would be deleted if they tried to vote in the upcoming election. On July 23rd of 1962, there were a group of civil rights activists who were jailed in Camilla that tried to visit fellow demonstrators from Albany, Georgia. Now, this is a whole different rally than the one I discussed a minute ago. During the rally, Marion King, who was the wife of Slater King, who was the Albany movement's vice president, was beaten to the ground to the point of unconsciousness by the local police. This beating went on around her young children while she was pregnant, causing her to suffer a miscarriage. There was a song called Camilla that was written in 2012 by Carolyn Herring in honor of Mrs. King. So that's just a brief history of the city. So hopefully you guys got something out of the video, and I don't really have a whole lot to add at this point. I think I gave you guys everything else you needed about the city. So on that note, take care. And if you like what I do on this channel, don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to give videos like this a thumbs up. And I'm going to also take this opportunity to thank everybody for tuning in to another episode of Andrew's Life. And on that note, stay blessed. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And I would love for you guys to stick around and watch the remaining 40 some odd minutes of the video. Stay blessed.